Kanye made some news recently, and what he said has a lot of truth to it. But it's also without any context. And therefore, I don't see how it brings forth any healing opportunities. Hopefully, we can continue the conversation rather than just divert the conversation or cancel the conversation and try to move forward without working through the conversation. So let's talk about what he said about Jews. Jewish people are in position to be in power of black music, entertainment, clothing, distribution, manufacturing, and ownership of content. Very true. How do I know? I've been Nelly's business manager, or was Nelly's business manager, for 4 years early in his career. I helped structure deals that eventually, for his Apple Bottoms clothing line, for his Vocal clothing line, and for his music career. And I got to see firsthand how populated with Jews those industries are. I also know from being in the nonprofit world that there are a lot of Jews in nonprofits that directly impact the black community. So for us to deny that would be wrong, because we have actually benefited greatly and built a tremendous amount of wealth off of the exploitation of black music, entertainment, clothing, talent, period. And that's a problem. But to not put it in the context of white supremacy culture, period, doesn't help. Because now you got these ignorant white nationalists talking about how Kanye is pointing out the same thing they've been trying to point out, that the Jews are the problem. And the Jews play a role within that culture, because Christians weren't trying to save black folks and help black folks, and then these raggedy Jews came along and said, nope, we're going to exploit them. No, Jews got involved in these industries because other white folks didn't even want to give black folks a chance most of the time in these industries. They didn't want black talent involved unless they were just serving their needs. And they positioned Jews to be the ones to be in these positions next to black folks. This is a much bigger scheme than just Jews and blacks. This is a white supremacy culture, European, Greco-Roman, however you want to look at it. Jews and Christians alike have been exploiting black and brown talent and bodies and communities for a long time to build wealth and suppress black folks. And yes, we can pretend that all they need to do is pull themselves up by their bootstraps and go and control their own destinies and all of these things. And in a way, that is happening. And within this culture, that is happening. But for Jewish people, it is a lot easier to assimilate into white culture, even though there is a white-on-white crime issue with anti-Jewish hate. Let's not pretend like black folks are the problem of anti-Jewish hate. I'm not even going to get into the whole Semitism thing, because I agree. Darker-skinned folks were the original Semitic people. So this is anti-Jewish in a way, but it's a reactive anti-Jewish, not an anti-Jewish similar to the white nationalist Christian movement of anti-Jewish behavior. And it's not as if the Jewish participation in white culture hasn't also harmed black folks in the same way. And yet there's also an element of strong Jewish presence in the anti-racism work. So this is not just an easy point fingers and solve the problems issue. This is a complex layered issue, just like a lot of racism is. It's a system of oppressive behavior, starting from the top to control the masses. So, yes, Kanye said some very, very true things, and I'm sure the truth has hurt very many Jews, and I can't believe he would start off the conversation by warning us the day before he's going DEFCON 3 on you Jews, so it puts you in a defensive mode. But when you drop your guard and look at the truth, what he said wasn't not true. It lacked a lot of context, though, that this was part of a white cultural issue, not just a Jew and black issue.